reached my darkness moment and questioned whether to continue living. I paradoxically discovered what it means to be alive. And today, as an entrepreneur, I'm driving the change I was once desperately searching for. As a student, I had what it seems like a clear path. Build a career, make money, become someone. I studied civil and industrial engineering, lead big projects, lead research, lead people, and I drove nice company cars. From outside, everything looked good. I seemed positive, high-performing, ambitious. But inside, I felt the work I was doing didn't quite align with my values. To be truly honest, I missed the sense that it matters something, that it matters to me, that it matters to the people, or that it matters to the planet. And a strong and strange emptiness grew that with each achievement. As a young Slovenian woman in a male-dominated industry, I worked hard to make a difference. I believed I could drive change in a traditional system in corporations. I believed. But you know what? Over time, I realized I was trying to grow something meaningful in a completely wrong environment. And slowly, really slowly, over the years, that trained me. And then came Nepal, the Himalayas. No traffic, no meetings, no Wi-Fi, just mountains and nature. And there were small children with dirty clothes and red checks from the sun and cold, and then played, and they laughed, and they were happy. And I have laughed too, but not just with my mouth. I laughed with my whole heart. And they warmed something in me. They warmed something what I hadn't felt for a long time. And this contrast hit me hard. They had so little. They had nothing. But they were happy. Back then back to Frankfurt, I sat in the air-conditioned subway, surrounded with people with expensive phones and designer bags. Everything's good. But maybe you notion that also in their looks there was so emptiness. And I wondered, how can be so little life in a world with so much finance wealth? And I tried to fill this emptiness with volunteering and doing good stuff. I really tried. But still something in me was missing. And then one morning, I woke up and felt nothing. No desire, no energy to get out of the bed, nothing. After that, I make a short break and then came back to Frankfurt again. And the next years, I worked more than ever. Always more. Different position, but always pushing. And then my grandmother died. The only person who loved me exactly who I was, with no expectations. Shortly after, another deep personal loss came. And then suddenly, to be really honest, all the pain, hidden for years, for decades, hidden under functioning, hidden under performing, hidden under to just functioning, it hit me hard. It hit everything through. And I just wanted to stop. And I realized I had built a life without real foundations. A life shaped more by society, shaped more by systems and other people around me. It wasn't shaped by me. Maybe it was the only life I was knew, maybe, but it wasn't the life I wanted to live. And you know what? I'd made the most important decision in my life. The decision to stay, the decision to live, and the decision to try again. I did something new I never did before. I asked for help. Quietly first, and then louder. I received it. I received the help I needed. And I started with myself, not with self-improvement, but with self-connection. I started with small but very important changes. I choose better sleep, more movement, and I choose real human connections. And there was one thing more what was new. I gave honest answers. I said no when I meant no. And this changed everything. Slowly, joy came back. Slowly, curiosity came back. Slowly, I felt alive. At this time, I was working as a CEO in a company. There were many, but... And I hit the systems again that didn't align with my values at all. And this time, I listened very carefully. I asked myself, I didn't ask, what should I do? I asked, how do I want to feel? And how do I want to live? And I asked, how do I want to create the future? Align with my values and what's true to me. And there she was, the entrepreneur in me. She was always there, always, but quiet for too long. I knew exactly what I have to do. But I was in the midlife with high monthly expenses. So you can imagine, I was afraid. I was scared. I was scared from the risk, from losing everything. I was just scared. Especially because I knew I don't have a finance safety net. But I knew something else. I knew it's time to make a second more important decision in your life. And I did it. I started my entrepreneur's journey, aligned with values, and committed fully to the impact I wanted to make. When I was starting, I had no co-founder. I also had no business plan. I didn't even have a final product. But what I had a very strong inner compass. And what I also had was a deep trust that I would find my way step by step. And, you know, this journey, it's not about speed. This journey, it's about creating spaces where we can truly focus on what truly matters to us. So, I have a question on you. How many of you are already started your own business or are thinking about to become a founder? Maybe just stand up or hand up. Okay. How many on to? Okay. Okay. I see those brave hands. When you're starting your founder journey, it's like you're camping in a thunderstorm. You don't have a map and someone stole your tent. And yes, there are absolutely wolves around you and they're hungry. And this is how it feels. And you're coming full of energy and full of dreams. And by day 2, you're trying to rub 2 motivational books together to make a fire. And you're writing your friends with normal jobs, everything's great. But in the next morning, when you see the sunrise, no one else gets to see. Then all the mosquito bites feel worth it. So, in these quiet moments, I noticed something. And this happens again and again. I noticed that the hardest part we are talking about this today, all day long, the hardest part of building something, creating something, made solution for the world what needs, it's not this. The hardest part in this journey is to rebuild ourselves. The hardest part is to grow up into the person who you want to become. The real impact doesn't come from what others see. It comes from who you are and how you show up on this journey. It's about who you choose to go with. It's about what you put your energy to. I find out, and this is something maybe what you can take with you. I found 5 areas to help guide this journey. The first thing, and the most important thing, is self-connection and growth. Understand yourself and know yourself and feel your emotions and understand them. Learn every single day. And this is a very important one. create space for you to reconnect with you and ask always what it truly matters to me. The second thing, are systems that move you forward. But first, you have to choose what mattered. So you have to say a lot of no's so that maybe few yeses are more powerful. And then create systems that make your time more valuable. And this is now very important to all founders. Execute with clarity. Do less, but do it better. The third thing, my favorite one. The third is, it's you. Your uniqueness. Your strength. Your story. Your perspective. Your knowledge. Only you have that. No one has that. No one. And this is a strength and uniqueness our world needs. So go out and offer the world what only you can give it. The fourth one, is lead through people and multiply attention. So we know all, people follow people. And attention goes and flows to those who are truly present. And surround yourself with people who amplify your values. And the last one, of course, is technology. You can multiply through technology, but use it to make it simple. Use it as a partner, not as a distraction. So, you decide how you want to create your life. Not to become someone, to become more of who you already are. And maybe the first step, okay? Maybe the first step is not to do more. Maybe the first step is to come back to yourself. And take this question with you today. One question. How do you want to create your life? Not someday. Today. Dare. Dare to live. Dare to create. And dare to make this first step. Thank you very much.